Should you summon ninjas part 1? Almost forgot to record this, not gonna lie. Genshin's been eating up so much of my time, been creating videos for that and recording videos, all that good stuff. So if you are subscribed to me or you are wanting more Genshin content, let me tell you guys, it's coming. It's coming. Of course, I gotta take care of my GS people as well. Should you summon ninjas part 1? I'll be making a separate video for the should you summon on the second banner because I have a lot to talk about and I want to kind of break down each of these units because some people may not have been here whenever they came out originally. So let's talk about the part 1 or the first Hero Fest banner that will be coming for the ninjas, which is Hero Fest Shinobi, and it will feature Genzo, Shuri, Shiki, and Saku. And man, dude, this is like the third time they've released the ninjas like all at once again. I don't know why they keep doing this, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Before we get any further in the video, let me say this. If you're not subscribed yet, you should subscribe to the channel. 40% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and it only takes 2 seconds. Because hey, if you subscribe, you don't have to keep typing in my name on the search bar 24/7 to try to watch my video. It just pops up in your sub box. So hey man, why not save yourself some time and click that subscribe button. So if you're brand new to the game and you don't know what any of these guys do, I'm gonna break them down to you very simple, okay? Genzo, he's an attacker. He does decent damage, but his main gimmick is that he's able to ignore 100% defense, so you don't need to put any crit chance on him or anything. He just goes right through it. Of course, ignoring defense in this game isn't as good as critical chance. Critical chance is, no lie, the most broken offensive buff you can have in this game. It applies to both damage types, magic and physical. It gives you a critical damage bonus, of course, and it ignores defense. Does not ignore damage mitigation though, but ignores defense. I'm pretty sure even defense ignore doesn't ignore damage mitigation. Genzo is a 100% defense ignore unit, and every single 100% defense ignore unit has one major flaw, and that is that they only apply it to themselves. However, there is a god in this game. I think he's a god. He may be a human, one of the two, but he is literally a god. He's not the strongest unit in the game, but whenever you need 100% defense ignore, he is probably one of the best units to use, and that is Daki. Daki applies 100% defense ignore for the whole team and then buffs up everybody's light and dark damage by 60%. So he can be used with anybody on your team, doesn't matter who they are, and everybody on your team has 100% defense ignore. Compared to Genzo, where first you have to build him up to 200 art gauge, then you pop his true art, then you have to build him up again because he has a transformation state. All ninjas have a third eye state. So yeah, if you are wanting a 100% defense ignore unit and you're asking me, OP, is this a good one? It's up to you to decide that. If you really want one right now, Genzo may be your guy, but if you will wait and just wait for more of a supporting kind of 100% defense ignore unit, Daki may be your guy, or wait till Orville comes back if you want an extremely strong 100% defense ignore attacker, because he is probably the best 100% defense ignore unit damage wise in the game. Next is Shuri. Shuri is one of my top 5 favorite units in the game, I want to say. Ever since this girl's came out, I've had so much fun using her. I've used her against tons of content, beat tons of content with her, and had a lot of fun. And she is an extremely strong unit. However, this girl is the worst unit in the game. Well, do I want to say worse? Yeah, I'm going to say worse. She is one of the worst units in the game to pull as a new player. The reason why I say that is because the equipment you need on her so she doesn't die is vital. Shuri's all about losing her health so she can gain more art gauge so she can constantly keep using her true art. Because once you're in that true art, you're going, boy. You're just gone. Every 1% of damage you take gives you 3 art, meaning that the more damage you take, of course, the more art gauge you regenerate. But because of that, Shuri's defense is extremely low. So you want her to be on a team that supports her and make sure she doesn't die. For a second thing, you want to make sure that her equipment is actually good. And for one, her 5-star physical, I can tell you every single 5-star physical that's good for her, and I guarantee you the top ones are not free to play. The first one is, of course, her true weapon. Her true weapon is extremely strong, makes her very good because of the huge art gauge that it gives to herself. It gives her 4 art gauge every second for 10 seconds, of course, translating to 40 art gauge. It does have a downside though, which it does reduce your own defense by 50%, which is a positive and negative for Shuri because, of course, lower defense, meaning that she builds her art gauge faster in third eye. Pretty much anything that gives you arts, you'll be using that on Shuri. As for your 5-star magic though, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's not a free one. You can maybe use the normal Dior weapon, like not the Dior true weapon, but the normal one you get from the event, but that event hasn't came back in ages, and I highly doubt half of you guys even have it. So the best 5-star magic for her is hands down Dior's true weapon. Reason why? Once she gets low on health, she punches the boss, she full heals. You know why? Because Dior's true weapon as a passive has 3% lifesteal. 3% lifesteal whenever a unit is hitting above 800k, no matter what most of the time, is full healing you 24/7. And then for a 4-star physical, you have, in my opinion, 2 options. Mako Knuckle and and B3 claw. If you don't have any of those, I'm gonna be honest, just put anything in that 4-star physical slot. All those equipments that I just mentioned, extremely hard to come by, somewhat well heavy, or you gotta be playing the game for a very long time to get most of them. So she's probably one of the worst units you can get as a new player, but one of the strongest units you can get as a veteran player. Moving on to Shiki, this unit is garbage. I do not care what anybody says. This girl may have like 1 or 2 uses that people are gonna be like, OP, but the ninjas have uses OP. But I don't care. She's trash. Saku, on the other hand, sleeper meta. The reason why I say this is because Saku is extremely strong against any water boss in the game. Not damage wise, but the amount of utility that he brings for his team. Saku can be used in pretty much any water content that's extremely hard, and he's gonna do well in it. The only thing that's bad about Saku is that he doesn't have a 4-star support slot or a 5-star support slot. He has the same slots as Ginzo. He has 5-star physical, 5-star defense, and 4-star physical, but everything else for him is actually pretty solid. He increases allies' water resistance by 30% and freeze resistance by 100%. This man can be used in Virago, in Vits, in any hard water content that you need like a more of a defensive unit, and maybe you don't have Sandstone for whatever reason, or maybe you don't have Thetis. You could technically bring Saku as long as you have his true art up majority of the time, which his true art lasts for quite a while. 20 seconds is definitely a pretty lengthy time, and as long as you have art gauge coming through, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna do a lot for you. Also with his 5-star defense slot, you know, that's another defense slot on your team, brings you a lot of damage mitigation, and against any water boss, very strong. He may not be the most optimal unit, but he is an option. So I just want to get that out of the way because I really like Saku's kit. He's very cool unit. The only thing I don't fuck with is his legs. I don't know what's going on in this artwork, but my man's, that's not how human legs act at all. You should be folded in two, especially how you're twisting your body right now. I don't know what the fuck you got going on up here. And that is actually the first Hero Fest banner. Is this gonna have a 10k out? I don't know. We'll see. But should you summon on this OP? The banner good, banner not? How you feeling? Personally, I feel like this banner is not great, especially because this banner is an in-between banner between the Cross the Blaze. If you guys don't know, they're pretty much just postponing the next Cross the Blaze unit, which I think people were telling me in my chat on stream that the next Cross the Blaze unit is Angelus, which is the fire unit. So if that's the case, then you may want to save for that. Yes, Shuri is very strong, only in a veteran player standpoint. Even though Saku is sleeper meta, he's not really so sleeper meta where he's like, oh, he's kind of a must pull because he could be useful for you. There's other units in the game that do his job already, and the other two on the banner aren't really that great. So really the only like uber top tier good unit on this is Shuri, but that's only if you can make her work and have the equipment to of course invest into her. If you're a veteran player though and you miss Shuri the first time and like you really want her, you know, you got the stuff, you got the units to make her work, then hey, you could try for it. Maybe do a multi, maybe do 2, see if you can get her. If not, then I would say just wait till she comes back later on. That's the verdict. New players, don't summon. Veterans, it's up to you. If you want Shuri, try for her. If not, don't summon. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy OP. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. Of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'll be having more Genshin's videos coming out very soon. Actually have one coming out tomorrow after this video. Gonna be able to help a lot of you guys that are playing the game and all that. Just definitely make sure you tune into that if you are playing the game and you are enjoying the content. After that, I'm probably gonna be doing another live stream of Genshin the day after. So guys, thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy OP. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. And last but not least, man, don't forget to drink water.